Alrighty. Ugh. Welcome to the Friday Night Craft and Chill. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. What do we have here so far? We have Masterversal Toy Hunter, known as Eldor. Thanks for coming by, Eldor. We got Ed, actionfigs, Ostradamus Toys in the house. Hello, friends. Michael Dumas, how you doing, Michael? Fat Red, I have my pants on. So, I had a migraine earlier. I get them. Weirdly, I get them on Friday a lot. I work a half day in the morning. And I come home, and sometimes I feel alright, and then I just kind of like, I don't know, take a nap or something, and I wake up with a migraine. It's weird. But, usually like a little eating and then not moving my neck for a little bit, and it kind of goes away after about 4 or 5 hours. But one of the weird things that happens sometimes for me is I'll see, this is going to sound like I'm tripping, but you know, when you close your eyes, you kind of like sometimes see weird things, like just shapes and random stuff. And yeah, I just started seeing like weird little geometric patterns and stuff, and I actually think I might use some of that. It just gave me a couple of ideas for little random, I don't know, random things. So we'll see. Audio coming through, everyone? Everyone doing good? Doing good? My brain might be on delay. That is called an ocular migraine. That sounds really accurate because yeah, that's right where it is. I mean, it's nothing fancy. Because I was having a migraine, and these sketches probably won't make any sense whatsoever. So I just kind of drew some chicken scratch lines, but it just gave me some ideas on placing pieces together, because I just saw these like intricately layered 3D things that looked like, you know, pieces on a starship wall or something. I didn't really draw it that well. It's just so I can get the idea down roughly and then close my eyes again. But yeah, anyway, it's kind of hard to see here, but it gives me the idea in my head. It's just layers of things, and then yeah. Anyway, we'll see when I get to build it. We'll see what it looks like. Oh, Fat Red, you get them sometimes? Music seems loud compared to vocals. How about now? Is that better? Also, I might not be speaking that loud. All right, let's get the lounge chair from last week. So, the last few weeks we've been working on this sci-fi panel that we did, and then last week we put the base coat on this door panel piece that goes next to it, or somewhere related to it. But we also built this crazy science fiction-esque command lounge chair thing in case you were poolside and needed to, you know, command your starship. Because if I had a starship, I might have a pool in it. I'm just saying. So, there's that. I think we'll put the coat of paint on this. Maybe we'll start with that. Let's get these pins out of the back. Thank you, guys. Thank you. What did he say? Oh, yeah, that set looks good indeed. Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty happy so far. This color, like, I really like this color. There, we'll just leave that there so there's something on the camera slightly less boring. And we'll even throw our Hella Dope Toys logo right there, just to support the boys. Okay. Yeah, screw it. Let's get some paint. So, I was thinking about doing this another color, but I think it's just gonna go. It's gonna go with everything else we're doing right now. So, yeah, maybe we'll get a little. It'll look good once we start highlighting all these ribs down here with the secondary color. It'll pop out. This might be a little blank, but we can always add something to it later. You know, Eldor, someone said that too about the Wally floaty chairs, and people always mention Wally to me. I've never seen it. Don't know anything about it. Never saw it. But maybe I will eventually. This is why the reminder for pants is necessary. Yeah, that's true. Remember, the pads are EVA. They are indeed. Okay. Won't spoil it for me. Yeah, thanks, man. Hey, Thor. How you doing, Thor? Happy Friday. Happy Saturday. I should have changed that paint water out. That's getting kind of funky, but maybe later. Right, where is the dark blue? Gray is right here. And you guys who are in here all the time know that's the color I've been using for these lately. Been really enjoying that. And we're almost out of that, but I did buy some more. Sweet. What do I need? Paper towel. Blue cloth will work. Ready to build. There we go. Next level stop motions. Everybody, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out tonight. Wow, that paint really freaking stinks. Normally I don't get that kind of... What is smelling, man? Ugh. It's got almost like a plasticky egg smell to it. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird, like some sulfur kind of smelling something. Huh. Well, we'll see if I can tolerate that or not. Off for this Friday night. Congratulations. It's nice to have a Friday off every now and then. And we got the Briscoe showing up. What's up, Briscoe? The Briscoe kid. So the usual spiel. Thank you very much to everyone for being here. Special thanks to my channel members. If anyone's interested in joining and supporting, we do have the link pinned at the top of the chat there. But either way, I'm just glad the people are here. They're hanging out. They're talking. Very, very cool. I do have some pecan rolls tonight, but I also have bananas, so there's no telling what's going to go on later with that madness. You know, it's always excitement when it comes to my snack break. But shout out to Fat Red Foo for hooking me up with the super chat for the pecan rolls. That was pretty funny. Pecan swirlies, whatever you call them. Swirls, little Debbie jobs. They're good. Who do we have? Oh, Cobweb Collector's here. What's up, Cobb? Action Figs with the member chat. Best place to be on a Friday night. Thank you, Ed. I do enjoy these myself, actually. I'm really glad that I managed to nap off my migraine before I had to start doing this, though. But a funny thing about my migraines is usually when I'm active, they don't kick in. I guess I'm kind of fortunate with that. So if I'm working, usually it doesn't kick in until I stop. Especially if I'm on my feet. Now, doing something like this, it might. I'm not sure, but I've been lucky so far. I did have a headache once or twice while doing it, but it wasn't like full blown. RM7. Hi, I have a question. What kind of foam do you usually use for your diorama, and where can you find it? It is... Thank you for the question. Thanks for coming by, RM7. I don't think I've seen you here before. But if you have, I'm getting old and I don't remember anything anymore. So it's XPS foam, which is expanded polystyrene. You can buy it at Home Depot, which is where I get it, the pink style. It's foamular insulation foam board. Comes in smaller project sheets, you know, about yay big, I don't know, 2 feet by 2 feet roughly, and then it also comes in 8 feet by 4 foot sheets, which is what I usually buy. They have it at Lowe's as well, but it's blue, and it works fine, but the consistency is slightly different than the pink stuff. So I know my brain is kind of scrambled, but I think I answered the question. I bet that sounds great on the microphone, huh? Huh? Oh, crap. ASMR, not exactly. That's like the worst ASMR ever, probably. Okay. My Mythic Legions mystery boxes came in waiting till tomorrow morning to open them, says Briscoe. How many items do you get in those mystery boxes, Briscoe? Is it one item per box, or it's a giant hodgepodge of mysteryness? Speedy Gonzalez. Oh, are you talking about the traffic? That's probably what you're talking about. Painting my freaking hair into this thing. I think that was it. How much were those mystery boxes anyway? $75 a box. Okay. $75 for 2 mystery figs plus shipping. Yeah, it's pretty good, I guess, for Mythic Legions. Ed, is it all the current wave, or like, does it go back a few years? Is there all kinds of stuff in there? That's one of those, if I were to buy figures, I definitely like the fantasy stuff for sure. A lot of those figures are really, really cool. I freaking love that Father Christmas I got from Hella Dope Toys. All the accessories, you know, they were it was very thoughtfully made with all the little things in there. Even though the figure was kind of like, you know, you could tell, I don't remember what it was from, but it was reused. but all the little extras are really nice. It's probably the most, I think that's the most pieces and accessories I've ever gotten with an action figure. A good mixture of older and sort. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That makes it more fun. I'm just gonna set this down and let it dry for a while. Make sure I got the drips. A new figure, or Figma, what is it, Figura, whatever, Obscura. Drops tomorrow, Egyptian God, okay, that could be cool. That could be cool, that could be cool. They all look pretty cool. But I like Christmas. I like Christmassy fantasy lore stuff, so that one's really cool. Did they ever, I think the answer to this is no, but did they ever, I think you guys said, they never shipped those wizards yet, right, from Mythic Legions? I know they had that whole wave on pre-order. I feel like it was years ago. It had to be years ago. Maybe 2 years ago I was looking at it. Rolando Flores, hello. Hello, Rolando. Wizard Wave shipped like a month ago. Okay, cool. Were any of you guys watching? I don't know if he's still going or not. I know Articulated Ninja was covering some of the recent toy tube drama that's been going on. I know he had a stream going on earlier. It's probably still going. I usually try to stay out of that drama stuff, but that was that's a crazy situation for sure. Things some people do are just freaking wild. Incredible, huh? Right? Yeah, they've all been jumping in on it now. You got 3POA, Ryan, Chad, all those guys. And, you know, Larry at A Punk with Toys was the first one that was kind of really talking about that guy that I knew of maybe about 6 or 7 months ago. But clearly, yeah, he's fine with just messing with everyone. So I guess we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, Fat Red, it's totally bananas. Michael, it's just like they're having basically someone allegedly is taking images, not crediting, and it definitely seems like that's going on, and then using the system and loopholes in the system to kind of mess with people and get their accounts taken down. So I don't think it works that well on YouTube, but the way Instagram is set up, it's very vulnerable. So it's a problem that they need to address, and I don't know what the outcome of that will be, because you know, they might take some action depending on when they look at the facts of it, but it takes forever to get a human being to look at anything on Instagram. But the long-term problem is will they plug that hole of what's going on? I don't know. You know, they're very slow to do things, and if it's inconvenient to them to do so, you know, who knows. Radnam eats bananas. I do eat bananas. I had one this morning. I've heard that name more than anyone else on YouTube and never seen him once, right? Okay, so we will set this over. But yeah, if you want a good idea of what the deal was, It's Chad had a really good video that was about 14 minutes or somewhere around there on it. It kind of lays it all out. Larry had some older stuff. Now, I don't know if he has the video up or what. It was probably on a live stream. I'm not sure, but Larry went through a bunch of it too a long time ago. Michael Dumas, I think it's similar to that, but didn't really follow that thing with him too much. Ed might know. Big Troy's Collectibles. How you doing, Big Troy? All right, I think we're gonna go play around on the hot wire cutter for a little bit here. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get the gas mask, though, the respirator. Definitely. All right, heading over there. let's see, what do we got here? We got Thor's going to sleep already. Good night, Thor. Take care. Big day at the office. Stay toy drama free, right on. Eduardo's here. What's up, Eduardo? See, everyone's throwing the Dr. Peppers in the chat. Who else do we got kicking around here? The foam is really smoking tonight. Yeah, it does that sometimes. It does. So Fat Rug will be probably happy. I bought some turbo tacky glue. We're gonna play with that a little bit. I haven't ever used it, so I guess we're gonna see how turbo it is. And just in case anyone's wondering, I have no idea actually what I'm really building here. I mean, sort of, but not really. I don't know how it's going to come out. I'm just kind of puttering around to, yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. It's turbo time. Holy crap, Briscoe. As I drop the whole bottle into paint. Cool. I feel like I need a flat surface for this. Use this. Will I glue the whole thing to this random piece of styrofoam? Maybe. Tune in next time to find out. What the heck am I doing here? I don't really know. Certainly came out turbo. Where's the damn... I know I just had that paper towel. All right, screw it. So this is going to be screwy, guys. Remember, this is actually something that I kind of saw when I was having a migraine. I kept closing my eyes and seeing different shapes. It's not exact. I'm just playing around with some of the thoughts that kind of gave me. I thought they kind of looked like they might be some science fiction-y panel stuff, so random whatever. Is it dry at random? No, it is not dry. It's not going to be anything like super glue, Briscoe. Drug-induced fever dream inspiration. It pretty much felt like that, Ed. But I get that a lot whenever I get like a little off and I'm not feeling good. I kind of see just shapes in my eyelids, and it makes it sound like I'm crazy. But you know, your imagination, like when you stare at a wall long enough or carpet, and if you're relaxed enough, sometimes, you know, you'll start, some people get this, some people don't, you start to see shapes forming and things moving. It's your brain starts projecting your subconscious thoughts onto the surface, bringing things together, like almost like a waking dream, you could say. Seeing shapes is better than hearing voices. They say that. I don't hear voices except I'll hear audio when I'm falling asleep. Like if I'm dozing off and waking up, I'll just hear like little snatches of the audio from my dream that I'm falling into, and I'll wake up and kind of hear the talking or something going on. And I didn't used to get that. That just kind of like started happening maybe 10 years ago. So at first it seemed a little weird, and now it's just like, whatever. I just dream quicker, I guess. I don't know. TK, you're not far off. I'm not going to disclose too many of the things I've done in the past, but I may or may have not had... I didn't do a lot of anything like that, but I may have had a bad experience when I was younger with something like that, and it definitely poked a hole somewhere, probably. This one is too short. Why is this one so short? Alright, that's a little better. Trust the process. Keep that subconscious on a short leash. Yeah, for sure. New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. The crazy lawyer, Dr. Pepper fan coming in right on. Right on. The Dr. Pepper Across America 2024 Eduardo Tour is coming up soon. This would be way better to put it together on the wall it was going on than this, but this is what I'm doing, so here we are. You know what? I think I'll cut a plate for this to go on. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. I'll cut like a backing plate. I could just glue it on. Let me see. Let me see what I got here. Troy says, I have a TBI. Fun stuff always happens. I don't know what TBI means. Random, if you ever do commissions again, please let me know. Okay, definitely support and purchase one. Awesome, man. Thank you. You know, if there's something specific you're looking for and it's not pre-made already, feel free to hit me up on Instagram and let me know what you're trying to have made, and maybe we can do something. Maybe. Probably. It's a form of mini stroke. Okay, traumatic brain injury. I see. I've never had anything like that, but I remember I was in the hospital for a health issue, obviously, and I wasn't sleeping so well, so I couldn't sleep, honestly. I was a nervous wreck in addition to the health stuff because I was freaking out. And they put me on a beta blocker, which I never knew about beta blockers, but apparently if you are already having a freaking nervous breakdown, apparently they can cause a little mild hallucination. And that was trippy. The doctor didn't even believe me at first, but I took those things and I'm looking at the ceiling in the room and I just saw like crazy stuff. Basically like when you're tripping, you just see stuff looking at you, things kind of moving. It wasn't like full blown, but it was really, really close and weird. Yes, beta blockers can be good if necessary, but can also drop blood pressure too low. Yeah, that's correct. I definitely had that going on. After I got out and I was feeling healthier, and they had me on them for a little while. I was on them for maybe like a year. They were great. I was very calm. I had a coworker that used to make the joke that they liked beta blocker Jonathan a lot more because I just didn't give a crap. You take one of those things and you're just like totally chill about everything. Pressures were crashing. Yeah, that's probably true. They did actually eventually come in there and say my pressure was too low and they had to not give me some. But I actually said I wouldn't take that one anymore. I was like, that is too much, man. I can't deal with that. So they gave me something weaker later. But I was in there twice. So that was the second time I had started taking it again. The first time I refused it after that shit happened. Well, I think kind of what was happening was I was having a health issue. And obviously they knew that. They admitted me. But they couldn't exactly find what was going on. Because they couldn't find what was going on, and I already kind of, I get a little anxiety once in a while. It was ramping up, and I was kind of starting to freak out after so many days. I'm not sleeping well. My heart rate was elevated for a long time. I mean, I had that alarm was going off when I was getting up to just stand up and pee next to the bed, So I was my heart rate's going like 150 beats per minute just to stand up. So I was freaked out, and I think she was kind of thinking maybe a little bit more of it was in my head than wasn't. And she kept trying to, they were just trying, but eventually they were like, oh, okay. They realized that something was happening, but it took like 6 or 7 days. So they were they were trying different stuff. And then after I went home and all that, I had something else related. The whole thing is kind of a medical mystery, but there was some stuff that happened that was clear it was going on, but they're not exactly sure what caused it. We don't know a lot of stuff. Doctors know a lot, but there's a lot of stuff that they don't know. They got to kind of guess on. Anyway, that's all behind me right now. That was a trip, though. Very wild period. I don't want my alpha blocked. I don't want anything blocked if I can help it. Had the frontal lobe bleeding from an accident. Sight and sound hallucinations happen on the regular. Okay, yeah. They should do an autonomic functions test. I don't even know. Oh, for Troy. Okay, good. They tested me for so many things. Actually, the only thing I have still happening, because the second time I went in there, it was a kidney problem. Probably everyone's leaving because I'm sounding depressing. No, more people are coming. All right, maybe you like hearing my suffering. So the second thing that happened was a kidney issue where they don't know why, but the blood flow got stopped to the top third of my kidney, and it basically, killed that tissue. And it hurt like hell. Could have been a clot. They're not sure. Or it could have been what they called a spontaneous renal dissection, where your artery just decided to go, and that was the end of that. Never got any super clarification on exactly what the cause was, just what the result was. I went to hematologists. I had all these tests, all kinds of stuff. Rheumatologist, all kinds of crazy stuff. I still remember the name. They were looking for, what was it? Granulomatosis with polyangiitis. I think that's it. Wegener syndrome. I mean, they were looking for all kinds of crazy stuff. Eventually, I got a good advice from an older doctor who was extremely cool, and he said, "You're not going to know. It's too late. No one's going to know exactly what the cause of this stuff was. Carry on. If you're okay, still okay in 2 years." They put me on blood thinners for a while in case it was clots. Anywho, it's crazy stuff. Opening my heart. I probably don't need it. See, this is because I had the migraine. I'm talking too much. More suffering. No, there was no bruising. So, the first time they thought I probably had a pulmonary embolism. And then they weren't sure, but then they were sure, then they weren't sure. It was like crazy. They couldn't nail it down. It didn't show on a CAT scan. It did show on another type of scan. Who knows? But I had squeezing in my chest and pressure. I couldn't speak for more than like a word or so. So that was why I was freaking out. It's good reason as any to freak out a little bit. I still, actually, I got to go for another CAT scan because I feel fine. I've been healthy. All my numbers are pretty good, but I have been having a little teeny tiny amount of trace blood showing up in my urine. Not to the eye, just in blood tests for the last couple of years. So we're going to go take a look at that. Who knows what it is? Maybe it was related, maybe it wasn't. Feel fine, so. Right, TK, you gotta catch it when it happens. They don't, problems with clots can break off, cause stroke. The thing is, they never looked at me before. And, when I went in there, they did find things that you have congenital problems. There's, stuff, people's bodies aren't perfect. So they had to chase down all that stuff and look at it, but none of it was contributing, or they don't think any of it was contributing to what was going on. I got into diorama building and collecting as therapy. So Troy, I was in diorama building before, but I came back to it because of that. When I got out of the hospital, I was home for 6 months. and I couldn't work. I was so weak at one point I could barely stand up. And when I started regaining my strength again, I started building dioramas as something to get me out of bed and do something for like 30 minutes and then collapse again, and then eventually here we are. And that was in 2001. The stream turned quickly. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I know. All right, enough. Thank you, Eduardo. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here we are with this random migraine-inspired, whatever the crap it is, thing. I'm gonna have to send you guys super chats for being my my counseling team today. What do I do? I want to do something inside here, but I just don't know. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a thin little. I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Always go into some wormhole. Yeah, well, it's the random nature of the random chill stream. I think it was Ed that first said it's not well-planned diorama. It is, in fact, random diorama. I'm not sure. It might have been Ed. Yeah, Troy, it's a cool hobby, for sure. And it's one of those that, like, you know, works your problem-solving skills, too. So I think it's useful for other areas of your life, too, to kind of, you know, exercise those thought processes. Trademark that, so thank you for giving me credit. Yeah. No swiping. What are you building tonight anyways? A hospital bed? No. No, Briscoe. However, that lounge chair could probably pass for some kind of hospital bed. That is way too thick. That piece is too thick to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. So let's use these thinner wafers instead. son of a bitch. Alright, we just made the executive decision that that one will not go all the way up to the edge. It's gonna stop right there, so perfect. What else? We can cut some weird... I want to do some weird kind of patterns in here. Maybe like that. Maybe throw that there. Okay, that is something. I don't know. It's just weird. Just got a Joy Toy orc to go with my McFarlane. Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't gotten any of those orcs, but those things are pretty cool. Let's just start gluing some of this crap in place. Well, I will say this turbo tacky glue is somewhat set up already, so that is a bit quicker, that's for sure. That's really cool. Fat Red approved. Sets faster, but the bond isn't solid for a bit. Yeah, oh, that's cool. Yeah, so this is This is what we got so far from my migraine-induced hallucination. Cool. Cool. It's about time I put those migraines to work. Gotta be good for something. Briscoe. My God, man. But that's sort of true. Not with foam, Disco. Or I guess it could be Crisco in this instance. Oh, maybe right there. Yeah, something like that. Do I wanna bust out even more? Even more out of the box? Break the box up more? Actually, I really like that up there. That's going up there. Yeah, and that is so strange what they do with pre-orders now. I mean, I get it from a money standpoint, but, you know, it's just so different than the way things used to be. It's the internet. It's all the digital age. They don't cater as much to people walking into stores anymore. I wasn't intending to use this piece, but we're using it because I like the way it looks. This was meant for something else, but oh well. Pre-ordering sucks the sweat from a... Yeah, alright. Alright, Briscoe. I mean, when you think about it, don't you realize... Do these toy companies not understand how freaking old Ed is? I mean, 2 or 3 years, we don't even know if Ed is gonna be here, man. He's ordering figures, you know, for his kids at this point. A lot of people in the toy collecting community are, you know, they're not exactly spring chickens. It's freaking wild, man. I'm just joking, Ed. I may be inspired by the shapes you're making, Red. Now I'm for my thing. Okay, that's cool, Fat Red. Really, Fat Red? Really? I'm gonna have to copyright strike you over my migraine? You're really gonna steal my migraine. That's what you're gonna do. That's brutal. Damn, Red. Yeah, I know, Briscoe. I hope Ed is in a resilient mood today. I think he's fine. Ed's usually pretty good. That's why I don't do Kickstarters or a lot of pre-orders. I mean, I'm serious, Ed. I would think the same damn thing. Look, I'm only 44 years old, but you know, especially after you go through some health issues in life, 2 or 3 years, you don't freaking know. That's a long damn time to buy something. I mean, that's longer than you used to plan for buying a house. You would buy a house and get the builder, and it would hopefully be done that year, maybe next year. It's an action figure. You're like planning out. It's like, you know, making your freaking plan to go to college or something. It's completely crazy. Yeah, Fat Red. Maybe I'm just finally regaining consciousness from my migraine episode. Yeah, exactly. The craziest thing to me, and I don't know, I've never done that. I've never done the pre-order thing. Am I lying? Hell, I don't remember. I might have done for one or two things, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, the craziest thing to me is the idea if they don't pull all the money out at once and you just kind of have it sitting there, like, and they just, you know, when they feel like it, pull the money out. I don't think it works like that. I hope it doesn't, but that would be insane. I don't even do automatic bill pay. I got into trouble with that stuff back, 20 years ago when they started doing it. All that automatic crap. I like to know it takes a little time, and I'm a little bit airheaded sometimes, so I definitely, maybe I'll let things go 1 month longer than they should sometimes, but I like to know what's going on. When you do all those subscriptions and everything, as everyone here probably knows, a couple are fine, I have subscriptions. I'm not going to say I don't. But it's easy to get carried away and have large chunks of cash just flying out the window. I can't give Briscoe, well. Yeah, that's wild Briscoe. Pre-orders are handled differently by each store, yeah. I guess just the idea of you place a pre-order and then surprise, the money's coming out this month. I don't know, that's nuts. Especially these days, a lot of people are leaning kind of heavy on their credit cards. Even now, heck, I pay my bills. I pay some of my bills on my credit card. I try to pay it off every month, and I usually do. But that's because my paycheck from my part-time job isn't enough to cover my household bills anymore, so I need to bring money from some of the other little bit here and there in there to kind of mix it all together. And instead of waiting on that or doing it, in a timely fashion, I just throw it on my credit card and then pay the credit card off before the interest accrues. What am I doing? Okay, John, pay attention. You're gonna run out of stuff here. Yeah, and Fat Red, this kind of stuff right here in the middle is pretty similar to what I was having in the dream, but it was a little bit more layered, like 3 or 4 layers, less material each layer, giving it depth into whatever that is. And no, I don't mind if you use some of it in your diorama. It's just being dramatic. I use credit cards for pre-orders, yeah. That's why I usually pre-order only through Hella Dope, so I can just pay it up front and not have to worry about the surprise withdrawal. Yeah. Yeah, and you can actually talk to the guys at Hella Dope. They're not like, you know, bots on Mars, which is nice. I spent a lot of money on action figures, and my wife complains almost every day. Eduardo, I don't think you are even remotely alone in that at all. Troy said, before my accident, I had quite the builder mechanic. I was quite the builder mechanic machinist, so it's fun to apply to diorama and kit bashing. Yeah, that's definitely cool. Hasbro's allergic to making money. I mean, that's definitely not true, Briscoe, but they might just be a little derpy at times. Most companies have a hard time getting out of their own way. Where are we at? Yeah. I draw things like you're making. This may be my favorite thing you made. Alright, well, cool, man. Yeah, it's funky. It looks like I was playing Tetris in my head. That's kind of... They weren't falling, though, Briscoe. They were just popping out of... Like, there was 2 or 3 of them at a time, just, like, popping out of a flat surface. And they had quite a bit of depth to them, though. Yeah, Eduardo, that... I don't know about Hasbro, but I know that stuff happens even in Canada. It's right across the way here, and they have to pay like $30 or $40 for figures sometimes just because of the shipping and all that crap. So it's crazy. I mean, it could be 20 miles across the border and just not possible. There might have been a little of that, Fat Red, but no, it was more like slow emergence. Right, Briscoe. Your Canadian is showing. When I first post abstract, yeah, I love shapes like this. Yeah, the weird, I guess it's geometric, I don't know, but yeah, they're cool. I've had a lot of stuff like this pop up in and out of my head. I have not just those, but I actually have dreams sometimes where I see architectural structures that don't exist, but they're huge, complicated, usually lots of geometric arches, but in such number that it's kind of hard. Like, it wouldn't really exist in reality. There's too many of them, you know, like thousands of them, and making circles and towers and stuff. I need to start I used to write down some of my dreams, but I need to start like sketching, wake up in the middle of the night and just like sketch some of the stuff I see in a dream here and there. I mean, I couldn't sketch what I just described, like those arches and stuff. There's no way. Maybe if I learned how to do procedural replication in like Blender or something, or CAD, where you put down the parameters for the shape and it procedurally replicates it in order to build something. But even just some of the small things are like, they're unique, and I should probably draw more inspiration from that. Shut down like a droid. Yeah, Ed. I mean, I'm usually like that, but when I'm having a stressful period or interrupted sleep or someone wakes me up out of my sleep cycle, I'll remember parts. Yeah, well, Fat Red, if you're listening to or especially watching trippy imagery as you're falling asleep, it's gonna... Yeah, you're gonna get that. Almost like stuttering into the dream. Like you'll wake up and just stutter. That happens to me sometimes anyway. Briscoe, I don't know about bleeding profusely. I remember I had a dream where I cut my thumb and it like fell off. But it wasn't like graphically bleeding. It was like there was blood, but it almost was like Play-Doh. I don't know how to put it. It wasn't, my brain wasn't like, oh, I'm bleeding. It was just freaked out that I kept trying to put my thumb back on. I did have one where I fell. And I fell and I fell and I fell. And I got impaled on the spike on the top of the Empire State Building and then woke up suddenly. So that scared me. But most of my flying dreams are floating on the wind, usually in a storm where I'll just like jump up and catch a wind, and I don't have much control. It's kind of like a metaphor for life, right? Not a lot of control, kind of tossed around, but some control. And kind of gliding, yeah. Fat Red, I don't watch trippy stuff a lot. Dude, just reading the science fiction stuff you read is going to put your mind into the tripped out zone. For sure. Crap. Aren't dreams awesome, you got? Yeah, it can be pretty cool. Several traumatic brain injuries. I don't think I've had any. I don't know. I mean, definitely had my fair share of alcohol poisoning. I don't know what that did. Yeah, Ed. I mean, we all dream, obviously, as you know, with your wording, what you remember. I used to get lots of snooze button dreams. You hit the snooze button, fall asleep, and you have a mini dream on each snooze cycle. Hard to explain. Eventually get where it runs down and I land. Yeah, exactly, Cobb. Most of my flying dreams are just like that, but they usually take place during storms. Now, I don't remember having any recently, but when I was younger, I remember almost like performance anxiety, like, I don't know, for lack of a better word, like just impotent in the situation flying dreams, where I would be flapping my arms and get absolutely nowhere. I remember having dreams where I discovered that I can hover. I could just like fold my legs up, kind of like Dalsum from Street Fighter, like that guy. I could just like fold my legs up and hover there, but I couldn't really do anything. So it was cool, but it's useless. I could run and like hover across like a stream or something like that. But there was always an anxiety with, could I go far enough and stuff like that. Listen to countless audiobooks. Yeah, that in some ways that might even be worse than the reading, Fat Red, I think. I think sometimes audio, like especially when you can close your eyes, you can fall, okay, this is why. You can fall asleep with the audiobook on, and you can't fall asleep while reading. You can, but you won't continue to read once you're sleeping. I have dreams where I die and then go to my own funeral. Troy, that you're like having some Twilight Zone or Star Trek dreams. Axion Figs, alcoholics interrupts REM, and that's why life. I don't know about all that, but maybe. I mean, there's many things, right? There's many things that stuff. Abusing anything does to you. Briscoe says, Eduardo, yeah, a lot of Canadians are pretty nice. I've never been to Toronto yet, though. I'm pretty sure that guy everyone's having trouble with right now, Briscoe, is a Canadian. In my dreams, I'm always about 30 years younger, Eduardo. I don't really recall my age much from my dreams. But lots of times they are set in the past, I would say. I don't ever remember any cell phones or anything in my dreams. No, Fat Red, go ahead, man. That's cool. There you go. "50 minutes south of Niagara." That's cool, Ed. I haven't been up there in a long time. All right, I want to do something else. Something else here. No, it's too crooked. Too crooked. I almost like the look of that, like something coming out a little bit like that. But the foam will be so flimsy, I kind of don't want to do it. Yeah, there we go. James Lucas, how you doing, James? It does look like a power box or a transformer of some kind. Could definitely be like a power junction on a starship or a relay or something like that, yeah. Obviously, Fat Red, it won't be exactly the same. I got it. Do you have anything to use for a circle? Probably somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, it would be good for something. Probably what'll happen is when I'm done with the foam work, maybe I'll grab some, I was thinking that already, to put some little lights and stuff on there. You know, I'll grab some little wood bits. No, something square. Rio de Janeiro, the bottle cap. Yeah, it could be a bottle cap. This is too big, I think. Nah. Too big for me. It's messing up the spacing. Not enough. There's not enough room on the border. But I probably have something. Hey, can you give us dimensions of all the pieces? Sure, Ed. Hold on one second. Let me get my freaking caliper out here, and we'll see. Let's see. Well, we got That's 0.84 by 0.17 inches. Inches? What are we doing? Let's go to millimeters. It's 66 millimeters. By 90.6. Let's see what these conduits are doing over here. Alright, enough of that. What do I need to do? I need to... It did 0. It was 0 at Fat Red. I checked it. If you watch the video, you might catch it, but I'm quick like that. Time for another coat of paint on this thing. It's banana time. Is it banana time? How long have we been going? An hour and 40 minutes. You know, it's kind of close to banana time. I'm going to contemplate this a little bit more on the Tree of Woe. But first, we'll paint this. I got water. It's seltzer time. That's what it is. I used to like the heat. I don't like the heat anymore, man. Too damn hot in Texas. Too damn hot. I'll start sending Ed the temperature every so often on Instagram once it gets hotter here. But last year, it was over 100 degrees for pretty much 90 days in a row, maybe more. There might have been a day or two in there that it was 98 or 99, but it was insane. The turbo glue is good. I mean, the Aliens actually dries pretty quick on its own. So I'm not testing it to see, you know, I wasn't really trying it to move it that much, but I notice a difference. I don't know if it's 2 times as fast, but it probably is. I do like the consistency. I don't know if it's because it's a newer bottle, but it seems like it's a little smoother and less goopy. I don't know. Maybe a little thinner. And if they have an accelerant in there, like some kind of alcohol, yeah, features more resin. That's what it is. So the consistency is a little bit different. It's kind of like it. Soup. Half of your heat, yeah. You were at 100, you get... I know, I was so... My dad's in New York still. He's not upstate where you are. He's out on Long Island. So I just look at the temperature. And even if you have a hot day in New York, by the time it's like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, it's going down, you know, in the 70s. You can take a walk. It's nice. Here, if it's 105 in the day... By the time it gets to like 11 o'clock at night, it's 95 degrees. So at least the sun's not cooking you, but it's still kind of miserable. Eduardo, I don't really drink soda that much, actually at all. I probably haven't had a soda in, it's been years. It was actually right after I got home from the hospital. That's right, I bought Coke. Maybe we will. Maybe we will at some point, Eduardo. I like the taste of Dr. Pepper. Rivets. It's prime for rivets. It would be good for rivets. We'll see what happens, Fat Red. We'll see what happens, man. It's my migraine, damn it. Okay, you can't take control of everything. It's literally from my migraine. You're like, no, random. Your migraine is insufficient. We need rivets. Let me work my way through it. All right, on to painting. Drink sati. I've never tried. I'm not into the look. Those guys are great. I don't do CBD. I don't do any of that. Nothing. I'm good. I'm done. I don't think you're gonna get anything in there, but obviously there's no THC. But I'm all right. My bad, man. No worries. It's collective migraine. Yeah. Could be. You think I should tear it down and start it over according to FU's instructions? Get it right, pal. Yeah. I tell you what, since it's not sufficient, I'll go have another migraine for 5 hours and come up with something else. All right. Sorry. I probably average one maybe every 2 to 3 weeks. That one was pretty bad though, actually. I haven't had one throb that much in some time. Turned all the lights off. I was eating dinner with my eyes closed and just, you know. Oh, that sounds cool, Fat Red. I like winter scenes, actually. Winter scenes are fun. that there for a moment. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take a bathroom break. I will be back in a minute, maybe two. Alrighty. No, I don't eat it on the toilet. That's gross. That's gross. I do drink beverages on the toilet, though. You know. Let's see. What have you guys been saying? Twirl banana sandwich. Maybe. That might work. That probably would work, actually. Alrighty. It's lighter than the pavement, I would say. Lighter and cooler, I think, because it has the blue in it. Yep. I don't know if you can tell. Might be easier to tell on this. Whoa. No, it's hard to tell either way. Dark, wait, pavement, blue. Whoa, that's got to be crazy to watch. Someone just puked. All right, there we go. About that size. I've been using pavement for my base color. Yeah, the pavement would look good for like a cyberpunk scene. But you know, if you use something lighter, you just throw a wash on later. You want gritty with that anyway, so... I've been doing a lot of stuff lately very clean. But a lot of that also is because I'm doing it on the live stream. You know, and it's more convenient. Washes are messy. I would get it everywhere. I usually throw a bunch of paper out and I have a larger work table in the other room and I'll just throw things on to dry with the wash. But I like the clean look too, actually. It gives it a retro vibe just from it being clean, because lots of stuff, like in the old school science fiction stuff, they didn't dirty things up. It was just, you know, like the 50s look, and, you know, Star Trek, old Star Trek, everything looks, well, it looks like the 60s, but everything looks brand new. There's no grime or grit on anything. Yeah, that pavement color is good. I started using that pavement originally from Al Figures, was using it over 10 years ago, I think, when I watched that. I also got Dolphin Gray from him, which is a good color for cement. Yeah, I like Dolphin Gray. I think the only problem I have is I'm not sure if it comes in anything but gloss, but I use it as a highlight. Blacklight string lights that actually emit blacklight. Okay. Axion Fig says, I have every shade of gray apple barrel cells at my Walmart. Dolphin, elephant, dark gray, warm gray. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of grays. I pretty much tend to use the regular gray, dark gray, then deep gray. Craftsmart from Michaels. And that's usually the triad of grays I use for standard stone. But I'm also pretty fond of throwing like some blues and stuff into stone and browns as well. Shades darker. Oh, Ed, you made the Eduardo made the red and black chair with 3.15 EVA foam. That works. That's very cool. Very cool. Eduardo, I don't remember. Are you on Instagram? I know I get comments from you all the time on YouTube. My brain, I tell you what. I like the ribbing on that lounger. Yeah, I like that too, Fat Red. I like the way it came out. Pretty cool. Okay. What else? Look at the... You know what? What's this? I use old house paint from the Restore to seal the base colors. Yeah, house paint works good. I've used house paint before in dioramas, if that's what you're talking about. Gets hacked all the time. Wow, Eduardo. I mean, I get messages from people that I could tell they were trying to hack me, but I haven't had that problem yet, fortunately. Knock on wood. You know, what are we at? It's 12:55, so it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I started a little late, so we're at 2 hours and 8 minutes. Yeah, you know, I wasn't thinking about a circle up here, like Fat Red said, but I was thinking about adding dots and stuff to make some lights. Although my dream didn't have it, or my migraine vision, whatever you want to call it, didn't have any of that. It was all geometric, all square. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. Big fan of the migraine sculpture wall. Some cables. Way to jinx yourself, Random. Briscoe, I don't even remember what I said to know what you're saying that to. So that's where I'm at right now. Oh, knock on wood. Got it. Yeah, it took me a minute. All right, 12:57. I think I'm going to end it here, guys. We did some weird stuff. We painted the lounger. That's cool. This was very close to the most random thing I've done on here. I mean, I definitely, like, I say that a lot, but I usually kind of have some idea. I literally was laying in my chair in the living room with my eyes closed, seeing something similar to this in my brain maybe an hour before I started the stream, maybe 2. So that's pretty wild. Very cool to... It's pretty cool, actually. I need to start harnessing some of that stuff. So anyway, thank you very much, guys, for hanging out. More migraine dios. Yeah, maybe. Appreciate you guys. Special thanks to all the channel members. Thank you, everyone, so much. And I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. And a week as well. We'll see you next week. Take care.